I'm Grimmy. No, I'm not. Oh, he's left. I'm saying Lobby as well.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Of course I am.
Hello and welcome to Tech Enthusicast. I'm Neil.
And I'm Simon. This week, Neil, I'm going to start off with artificial intelligence. I came across a story something I've always wondered. You know, when you're stuck in traffic,
Yeah.
and you think to yourself, if this was self-driving, would this traffic still exist?
Right.
And how many people would need to be in a self-driving car?
For it to be it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was thinking, is there a tipping point? And in my head I was thinking, I don't know, like 30%, 40% really for the tipping point. 10%.
Really? That low?
They modelled it, and for particular type, because obviously they have to go for a specific type of traffic, they can't, I suppose
Yeah.
a generalised model would be slightly more complicated to create, but they demonstrated that with 10% of the cars driving correctly at all times, it would alleviate traffic.
What does that say about current driving habits?
Well, apparently, this is just it. They're saying that when you drive, you're so self-focused on you that you don't appreciate the level of traffic you're creating. For example, do you know when you're trying to merge because you think, I want to sneak in here?
Oh, yeah.
That causes a massive tailback of traffic, just you
Yeah.
doing that one merge. So if you think how many people are doing those selfish
Yeah.
mergers that aren't necessarily in the benefit of the entire traffic. So that's what this model looks at. If you were to remove all of those individual
Yeah.
traffic creating moves.
Yeah. It's like when you get two lanes going into one, the idea is that it's a zipper, one from each lane. But you get people who are like, I'm not letting them in, despite you're not letting them in, you're just letting them carry on driving.
Totally off topic, soon as you said zipper then. Grayson come home today with the zip on his jacket. Do you know when it disconnects?
Oh, yeah.
So, like one end longer than the other, but then you zip it up and down, it all falls apart.
Yeah.
I was like, how do you even do this? So nowadays when you solve a problem, what do you do?
Google.
YouTube.
All right. Yeah.
And there was tutorial videos on how to fix your zipper.
You Googled it on YouTube.
Googled on YouTube. And then there was literally videos on all the different possible zipper situations and how to solve it. And apparently, some of them are solved by dry lubricant, the dry lubricant being a graphite pencil.
What?
I never knew that you could use a graphite pencil as a dry lubricant.
That's bananas.
I know, lessons learned.
Yeah.
So back to traffic. Yeah, yeah, definitely. You would imagine everyone would just merge. And that's one of the things when I always think about self-driving cars, I imagine people going down a motorway like 70 miles an hour and the cars can just merge perfectly because they can judge distance, they can talk to the other cars, they can slow the traffic down a few miles an hour for you to merge in.
Yeah, I've seen like little animated models of what the difference is. They usually use like a four-way junction and show what it's like at the moment, even with traffic lights, and what it would be like if there were self-driving cars.
But just zipping
it's just, but they like show enough of the junctions prior to the junction that you can see the cars slow down but never have to stop.
Right, so they're preempted because they're communicating with the other cars.
Exactly, yeah.
That's what I do imagine the future to be.
Yeah.
Did you ever see, I think they called it the road train?
Oh, yeah, where it's, cars kind of linking up.
Yeah.
Not physically, but...
Yeah, but so you went into the fast lane and then you ended up... Because essentially you can start drafting.
Yeah.
So everyone's reducing fuel consumption. So that was a cool concept as well.
Definitely.
10%.
That's,
When will we get 10%? Sometime soon.
Ooh.
Fingers crossed.
Well, yeah.
But then again, it's still a lot of people to buy self-driving cars. They don't have to be electric, but self-driving.
Yeah. Self-driving primarily, but electric preferably.
But I think they're predominantly going to be electric, aren't they?
You would think so.
I'm not seeing anyone slapping self-driving on a gas-powered car.
On ice cars.
Oh, do you know what? Whenever I'm talking to someone who's got a Tesla and they say ice, it's like,
You mean a car?
You mean a car? Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting if it'll improve like journey times. Even though you'll be travelling slower, you'll get where you're going.
What are you going to do with your time? Watch movies, read books.
My commute is like an hour.
I thought you were going to say that I already read a book while driving and hold it in front of the steering wheel.
Yeah,
read the book, look at the car every now and again.
Yeah.
Look at the car, look at the road every now and again.
Sit on the back seat and use my feet to steer. It's all good. It's all good.
Just got a series of strings and levers.
I already listen to podcasts on my commute, so I'd probably just
do the same
podcasts, but I don't know, maybe play Clash Royale while I'm listening.
Now, one of the things I actually enjoy about commuting by train is it's one of my only chances to sit there and concentrate on reading or listen to music. Because now, when I'm at home, I've got a really nice sound system. I've got sound systems throughout the house.
Yeah.
But essentially, you begin to use those as background sort of listening. It's not like, to be honest, that's why I bought a turntable. So I actually put the record on and sit and listen to it.
Yeah.
Because when you listen to it digitally on that many devices, you just end up doing something else.
Yeah.
That's what I love about a train, bus commute. I can sit there, concentrate on something that I wouldn't normally do at home.
Yeah, it ends up being, I've heard this term before, but when it's just background noise in the house, it's like audio wallpaper.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. It's there. I mean, you get a lot of people who do it with the TV as well. They just put the TV on, not because they want to watch the TV, just because they don't want the house to be silent.
Do you know, when I'm working at home, I put the TV on.
Yeah.
I put the TV on, and I actually go and sit at the other end of the room.
Yeah.
And work at the other end of the room with the TV on.
Well, while we're talking about homes, see that for a segue.
You're getting good at this.
Practiced. Ikea are doing connected home smart hub stuff.
It's the lighting.
Is it just the lighting?
Well, there is a gateway, but the gateway controls the lighting.
So your lighting can be as bland as your furniture.
Or some would say accessible design.
Okay, all right.
You can't, even if you don't like IKEA, you've got to agree, surely, that they did shift the landscape of what people expected from furniture.
I don't know enough about it to care.
No, in terms of like design and accessibility, like being able to buy it, bring it home and build it.
Yeah.
Because before, in England especially, it wasn't easy to get hold of furniture, really.
No,
it was very difficult. Even if you went to MFI, which was pre-IKEA, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You could look at it, but if you try buying it, they're like, I'll get it to you in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
It's like, what? No, I just want that piece of furniture and I want to take it home.
It's there. Can I have it, please?
Yeah, I'll just take that one.
And that's fair enough. I'm just not a fan.
It made, you can argue again, designer furniture cheap. You could argue that it isn't designer furniture.
Yeah.
But it was definitely very different and still remains, well, I suppose there's a few copycats now. Well, not copycats, but furniture in those styles.
Yeah. And, any design is like that, isn't it? When something becomes popular, it disseminates out to other...
Yeah, they influenced home furnishings massively.
Yeah, definitely.
And because the main point is, it's not too expensive.
No.
It's affordable. And I think that because you can kit out a room from IKEA for relatively cheap.
Yeah.
And obviously, you and I love tech, so we look at things like the Philips Hue light bulbs, which are like £100 for a set.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
It is a lot.
For some smart lights.
Yeah.
So what IKEA are bringing to the sort of game is affordability. And once you can buy smart lighting in every IKEA, the bulbs start at £9.
Really?
£9.
They spat my tea out of them.
Yeah, £9.
That's...
Now, right now, unfortunately, it doesn't tie into things like if this, then that. So they're just starting with their own little remote control, so everything becomes remote controlled and things like that. And right now, it's only different shades of white, because you can have warm and harsh white light, things like that. But it's interesting because if essentially we're looking at a future where everyone's going to have a smart home, the place to buy it is IKEA.
Yeah.
It ain't the Apple store, it ain't the Samsung store, it ain't the Philips store. It's IKEA.
Yeah, you're right.
So I see it as a good move.
Definitely. At those sort of prices, it is something that I would look at. It was probably the only thing other than the meatballs I'd look at in IKEA, but it is something that I would look at.
I know, I like the meatballs, yeah.
The meatballs are good.
I'm a sucker for the meatballs.
All food already.
I know.
Didn't take long.
It never takes long, does it?
No. So, warning, phone section.
Happens all the time. I'm going to start with Andy Rubin's phone.
Yeah, which we know little about.
We should probably give some background about who Andy Rubin is.
Yeah.
If for people that don't know. Andy Rubin basically created Android.
Yeah.
So we all believe it's a Google product, which it is now.
Yeah.
But essentially it started as Andy Rubin's baby. Mm-hmm. He developed it, Google bought it, integrated. So now Andy Rubin wants to make a smartphone for the... I'm still calling them smartphones. A phone. A phone for the OS he created.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what he imagines the perfect hardware partner is to his... Well, I suppose it isn't just his now, is it? But his original creation.
Yeah.
Because he must have had an idea in his mind about what this device could be in the future
Going
with the
forward,
operating system. Yeah.
You'd think, wouldn't you? Yeah.
I also love the name of his company.
Essential.
Something tells me it's not going to be cheap, though.
Probably not. No, I mean the image that was well, it wasn't leaked. It was tweeted out was very vague.
Andy tweeted it himself, didn't he? It wasn't.
And Eric Schmidt tweeted it out as well, which says a lot. But yeah,
so Schmidt's probably an investor in Andy Rubin's company. Let's not,
But you do not see much in the image at all. It is a fist. Basically, well, it's the phone being held in a hand, but with the screen towards
and it
the palm.
shows the corner, doesn't it? Of the phone,
it shows one end of it, but like with one corner predominantly, and it looks like it has no bezel on the sides or the top.
That's definitely was it the Mimix?
Yeah, the Mimix.
Yeah, they sort of flagged that as the trend for 2017.
Yeah,
bezel-less. Huge screen,
and the I don't know if you saw it, but the Xiaomi, isn't it? They've said that was an experiment. That's why there weren't many of them. You couldn't get hold of them.
They were proving it was possible.
Yeah.
I think they wanted to get ahead of the sort of market and say, "Look, we can do it.
Yeah,
this is perhaps what the trend is going to be."
And then
we've been thinking about it.
The Mi Mix 2 will have even more screen than the Mi Mix.
Andy Rubin's phone's apparently going to be mid this year.
Really?
Yeah,
it's going to be interesting.
Which is interesting from a point because it puts it directly in the middle between the S8 and the Pixel 2.
Yeah.
So, are people going to hold off, wait and see what the Pixel is?
I think, unless you're buying an iPhone, really, there's no real good time to buy an Android phone because they're always coming out.
Every time I think I'm going to get one, I'm going to get one because we were talking the other week about the OnePlus 3T Colette Black Edition.
Yeah.
Now it's been announced there is going to be a black edition.
Yeah.
I'm like, it'd be nice in black. Obviously, it makes absolutely no difference to me personally, but I'm thinking, it'd be nice in black.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have a proper black phone.
There's always smartphones coming out, always Android phones coming out anyway.
Yeah.
And they just seem to be getting better and better.
Yeah, we've touched on this before. Mid-range phones now are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Because the reviews for the Moto G5 Plus, which has become the new phone on the Amazon advertising program, where they reduced the cost of the phone. I don't know what the official...
Yeah.
So they knocked $40 off that phone.
Yeah.
So this is a mid-range phone. So you're looking at what? Probably under $200 with the $40 off.
Yeah.
It's got the same camera as the S7.
Do you know what I find weird about that Amazon service?
Yeah.
Is that it's got the Prime name attached to it.
Yeah, because you have to be a Prime member to...
Yeah, but when I think of Prime, I think of it being like... Premium experience, not ad-supported.
I see that, but Prime is just... Yeah, I can't see it as just their early access, fast access.
Yeah.
Because I do use Prime delivery
Oh, yeah.
Non-stop, like. What I do wonder, do you know about that phone?
Yeah.
Right, it's a Moto phone.
Right.
Surely you can just root it.
Yeah, you'd think so.
Flash it, buy adverts.
So you've just got your phone a bit cheaper.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure there's someone out there that's tried doing that.
Yeah. But, yeah, maybe the percentage of people that would be buying that phone wouldn't be people that would be interested.
I don't think I'd even be fussed about an advert on my lock screen.
No.
In terms of, I'd be able to switch off to it.
I used
I would switch off to it, no one did it. Yeah.
I used a service on my Android phone for a while that put a advert on my lock screen because it paid me to do so.
Yeah, paid it. Was it Google Play credit you received?
Yeah. Or I could have Amazon. I think I could have Amazon. I can't remember. But I basically made about £5 a month off it, and in the end, I got rid of it because it was only £5 a month, and it became a bit irritating. But I used it for probably about.
Hang on, so £5 a month.
Yeah.
Right. So Amazon are knocking $40 off.
Yeah.
So they're actually doing pretty good out of that deal then.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because $5, let's say $7 a month, that's $70. $84 you could have racked up in a year on that app.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazon are making money on top of that phone as well.
Yeah.
I assumed they might be losing, but it doesn't sound by that math. We can't avoid it anymore, Neil, because we're recording later this week, almost like we did it on purpose.
Almost.
S8. The announcement was only a few hours ago.
Yeah.
We just mentioned there that the Mimix did flag the trends for this year, but if anything, the S8 always stamps a mark that, look, these are the features that are going to be in premium for the next year.
And I think
in the Android market.
We're at a point now where the Samsung S range are really, really good phones. I mean, the S7 was just recognised across the board as being an excellent Android phone.
Absolutely. I'm sure the S8 is going to be a solid phone. I'm just not a huge fan of Samsung phones.
No.
I don't, it is an amazing flagship, and what I do love is we should probably quickly talk about the phone.
Yeah. The thing I don't like about the Samsung, I like a bigger screen, which is why I've gone for my epically hugely stupid phone. But if you want the big screen, you have to go for the curved edges on the screen, and I don't want the curved edges on the screen. I just want a normal phone, just big. Yeah,
but it is a big phone.
Yeah,
they're trying to get rid of all the bezels. They've now moved to on-screen keys.
They have, yeah.
So this is for the first time a Samsung phone you can actually have the back button on the left, which we all know is where the back button's supposed to be.
Oh, I like my back button on the right.
What? Why?
It's just what I got used to. I had a phone.
Really?
My first Android phone, it was on the right, and as a result, I just like it on the right now because I'm used to it being there.
Well, you're the weird one.
Oh, whatever.
Well, I would argue that it should be on the left.
Well, I would argue it's whatever's best for you.
Well, it does actually allow you to put on left or right.
It does, yeah.
So, in all fairness to it. And also, interestingly, have you seen that the home button is touch sensitive?
Yes, and this is a big complaint I've got about my phone.
So it solves the problem that you've been flagging for the past few episodes, where basically on-screen keys now on Android. Yep. So when you're in app, those keys disappear.
Yeah, in full-screen apps like games and videos. Yeah.
So the way the S8 solves it is the home button, where it would normally be, is pressure sensitive. So if you put pressure on, it triggers the home button without the need to slide it up.
Yeah.
I think that's actually quite a neat little solution.
Yeah.
It really is. So because of that, they've obviously moved the fingerprint sensor around the back.
But they've put it by the side of the camera. On my phone, my fingerprint sensor's on the back, but it's below the camera.
I think it's because we're getting to the point now where they're cramming so much technology in those phones that they're struggling with locations for certain elements.
Yeah.
Because I would hope that the battery in that phone is armour protected. Which I am sure.
Yeah.
Took up slightly more space than the original design.
Fingers crossed, yeah.
But the feature I'm really excited about, there's two features, is the fact that you can now dock it to turn it into desktop mode.
Yeah, it's got because there was some in the leaked stuff. There was pictures of a dock like a desktop dock, and I'd not even really, I didn't even read it. I was just like, oh yeah, desktop dock, that's cool for charging. Didn't even think about the fact that that's what it would be used for.
So it docks. You can plug in a monitor, a keyboard, a mouse, external hard drives.
Yeah.
It has a cooling fan built into the dock for when, because you're going to be hammering the CPU, GPU on that. And it's kind of a bit flaky, but this isn't Samsung's fault because it depends on app creators to make their apps work in that mode. Because it's running Android, we should make that clear. It's not like you're docking, it runs Windows.
Yeah.
You dock it, it's still running Android. But they've ensured that the entire Office suite works.
That's pretty sweet.
Which for me...
Yeah, it's massive.
The reason you're going to dock it is probably for Office, email, take it out of the dock if you want to play a game. Yeah. Or are we going to be able to do FPS mouse and keyboard?
Oh my goodness.
On that phone.
Game changer.
All of a sudden, that's a massive gaming machine. Because the GPUs in phones now are pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
It'd be whether, again, it's going to be on the app creators as to whether they would support that kind of control.
But keyboard and mouse input wouldn't be a difficult thing to add to an FPS.
No.
It really wouldn't.
No.
Or maybe it'll even allow for more Twitch-based FPS games to appear.
Yeah.
And people play them on Samsung phones with keyboard and mouse.
That's pretty sweet.
I think it's an interesting move because these phones are so powerful now that why don't we use them to do more than...
So you telling me that the Galaxy S8 is a Nintendo Switch?
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of is. Because you can dock it and go big screen.
I always thought Apple really missed a trick with the TV. If they'd have just bit the bullet and released a gamepad, that would have been a game changer. A console for £149. That would have been unreal.
Yeah.
To this day, I still can't believe that they haven't got an official controller.
They
never even had to make any of their own games.
No.
Just release it, and there's that many iOS game developers out there.
Yeah.
Overnight, that thing would have been flooded with quality games.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a market where Samsung can really do something impressive now.
Yeah, I mean, it's because I've got an Android TV, and the thing that frustrates me with Android TV is the lack of apps. And it's possible to sideload stuff on and kind of jimmy rig it basically to make it work, but it's not an ideal situation.
Well, yeah, thinking about it now, because it's HDMI, this can be your entire entertainment system when you get home, couldn't it?
Yeah,
Dock the phone, wireless Bluetooth keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Samsung might be going up in my estimation now.
Wow. And there was another feature that you liked? Or was
Bixby.
Bixby,
because you're not releasing a phone now unless you've got some artificial intelligence on it. But perhaps better than Google Assistant.
Wow.
Because it ties directly into the hardware. So you're getting a bit of augmented reality. You can snap things with the camera. It can tell you what's going on. Really kind of cool. Obviously, right now, no real third-party app support. That's where Apple struggles. That's where Google struggles. That's where they all fall down.
Yeah.
Great on first-party apps, but you know what? I want to do more than first-party app stuff. In all fairness to Siri and Google, you can do things like make a WhatsApp call and do those little interactions. But you never seem to know what interactions you can do.
Yeah.
Is it going to work? Is it not? But it's cool. Yeah. I'm sure the camera's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah. What have they said what's inspired the name?
Bixby.
It's Bixby, isn't it?
Is it Bixby?
Yeah.
Oh, that screen reader messing with me.
Yeah.
No, I've no idea where the name... Oh, hang on. I should probably know this. It probably does mean something in Korean.
I don't know. Because the only thing that occurs to me is Bill Bixby, who was the guy who wasn't Lou Ferrigno when in the Hulk
I don't think
series
that,
in the 70s. So he was...
I'll tell you now, it's not that.
No, I don't imagine for a moment that it is. But that's exactly... As soon as I hear Bixby, I think Bill Bixby, he was the Hulk that, wasn't the Hulk in the Hulk.
Right, so to sum up the S8,
it's the Hulk.
now we started talking about it.
Yeah.
I am intrigued by it.
Yeah, I mean, again...
Price. Always need to mention price on these insanely expensive devices.
Yeah.
£689 for the small one, £779 for the big one.
Phones are expensive.
But if that is your gaming console,
well, yeah,
your entertainment, all of a sudden, I'm not going to say the word bargain.
Part of your VR rig.
Yeah, of course, yeah. It's seeming more acceptable to be able to charge that price point.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm certainly not convinced the new iPhone will be able to do all those things.
And that's going to be £7 million.
It is in England. Although, let's not count Apple out yet, because usually by the end of the year, Apple have come up with something that's reasonably impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But while we're on Samsung, they're doing a questionable phone move and re-releasing Note 7s refurbished.
Oh, they've got some new batteries. They've got some new batteries.
You would think that was an absolute PR nightmare.
I know, but what are they going to do? Because they all got sent back to Samsung.
Yeah.
So they must have a warehouse somewhere with 4 million phones in it.
Hmm.
That is a lot of phones to just go, do you know what? Let's throw it away. Even if, in terms of recycling parts, you're not going to get a huge amount of them realistically.
No.
So I think you have to refurb it. You've got to refurb it. It'd be interesting to see if they get refurbed at rock bottom prices just to get them out the door.
Yeah, I guess at this point, making any money on them at all is a plus.
Because if we forget about the battery issue, obviously it got incredible reviews.
It did.
People said it was a fantastic phone.
Yeah.
Just had a critical flaw.
People didn't want to give them up, even though they were blowing up in people's faces.
People loved it that much.
Yeah.
So if a refurb phone comes out and they can get it around the £350 price point, that'd be impressive.
I guess at this
point,
even if they got rid of them and weren't making any money on them, that would be cheaper than trying to get rid of them.
Well, you can't just throw them away. You've got to pay to throw away.
Exactly,
they're going to do a write down on it. So why not sell them for reasonable? Well, hang on a minute. We're assuming that these companies are reasonable. There was our key flaw in capitalism,
isn't it? Just we're not cut out for this business.
No, really not.
But yeah, it's an interesting matter because I think didn't they report it cost them something like 440 million.
What to do the recall?
They untie debacle, like the stock price, etc.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
It's a fair whack.
But how many phones was it? If it was 4.4, yeah. No, they'll claw a lot of that back, I reckon.
Yeah.
I'd probably give a refurb one a punt if it was cheap enough.
Yeah.
I'd want it to be cheap.
I might give it a couple of months to make sure they aren't blowing up, but but I'm a sucker for a big screen.
Yeah, true. Now that is a big screen.
Yeah. Staying slightly on phones again. Muji jeans. I've never heard of them.
I had.
I'm about as fashionable as a pea, but they have made some jeans that have got a dedicated smartphone pocket.
Right. Multiple questions.
Okay.
I hope you've done your research.
I saw a picture. Does that count?
How big's this pocket?
Well, the phone that they
are
are
fitting a Note 7 in it.
Maybe not a Note 7, but it looks like they are putting a big phone in it.
Yeah.
It looks like,
a phablet.
Yeah, we're talking like iPhone 7 Plus kind of size.
I don't struggle to fit the 7 Plus in my normal pocket. So hang on, where... Okay, second question.
Positioning.
Yeah. Where is this located?
Okay, so it is on the back, but it's... Imagine where your right-hand back pocket is.
Yes.
It's above that and if you're looking at the jeans from the back, it's above that and to the right.
Okay.
So the idea is that as you sit down, it comes around the side of you rather than...
Okay, is the pocket angled?
I don't.
Lots of questions.
There are lots of questions.
Okay, is the pocket lined? Because one of the reasons, or an issue I have with pockets, is because I don't use a case on my phone.
Right.
So some pockets are too slippy.
Okay.
And it slides out. Obviously, well, I would have less sliding out issues with this particular pocket.
I'm trying to find the picture so I can have a look. But yeah, because I saw it was on the back, and I thought, well, that's not going to work. People are going to sit on it. But as I read, it said
lots of people. Generally, I'm going to be terrible here, but the majority of women that I know are back pocket phone people.
But that's because skinny jeans are a thing, and they would, if putting in the front pocket is just a complete impossibility.
Do you know, I run with my phone, and you've seen those belts that I wear, those flip belts.
Yeah.
When I wear a flip belt, which is just like a band of material, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have to put the phone to the back.
Right.
Because it puts too much pressure on my front.
Oh, right.
When running. So that's the only time I ever put the phone at the back if I'm wearing a flip belt.
Yeah.
Otherwise, front left pocket, if you want to mug me.
It doesn't look like it's angled, but like when you see a picture of the jeans kind of laid flat,
yeah,
it looks like, oh, you're just going to sit on that. But when you see them actually modelled on somebody,
I suppose when I reach around to my jeans now, do you know if it's above that pocket?
Yeah,
you're right. It would be facing
to the right.
Yeah, it would be like quite facing upwards, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So maybe that is a good position for a pocket.
Yeah, maybe it is. Yeah, because I'm just feeling the back pocket of my jeans, and I can see the far right hand side of the pocket is kind of going parallel to my leg.
Yeah.
And it's on the side of my leg.
Yeah.
Not on my ass as you would expect it to be.
Yeah. So I've done the research now.
Maybe it will work.
How much are these jeans?
That's a good question, which I'm scouring the article for.
£100. £9.99. £79.
Keep guessing.
£54. 119.
It doesn't say.
Oh.
Even when I click find out more, it does not say.
Disappointing.
Disappointed.
Well, we'll have to wait till they come out.
Yeah.
And then we'll go to it and try them on.
They call it the sixth pocket.
Hang on. Oh no, my jeans do have 5 pockets. I was thinking my jeans have only got 4 pockets. I'm being done.
You've got the little pocket at the front.
Yeah. Have you ever used that little pocket at the front?
Yes.
For what?
I used to, because I've got a minimalist wallet. I
used to fit in there, did it?
No, I put notes in there.
I'm trying to find my little pocket now. I don't think much would fit in my pocket.
Yeah, I sometimes put notes in there, rolled up.
What would I put in there? I know what it's for, but I don't really have many coins nowadays.
Coins? Okay.
Were you thinking this was something else, Neil?
I might have
Fun size Snickers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing here about price, so I don't know is the answer to that, but it'll be interesting to see when they do come out. I
think nowadays, what do you keep in your pockets?
Phone, wallet, keys, change loose in one pocket.
So phone in one pocket and then everything else in the other pocket?
No, well, phone in front right.
Yeah.
Changing keys. Well, keys hang off a carabiner into the left-hand pocket.
Yeah.
The change in the bottom of the pocket. Wallet in back right pocket. Nothing in back left.
Right. I have a very different setup. Okay. Obviously, now this is an interesting for tech podcast. Is it like front left phone?
Yeah.
Front right minimalist wallet, because that's a big wallet nowadays.
Yeah.
Keys, which I stole the key holder from you.
Yeah.
Yep. Coins, if I've got coins. Back right pocket is my receipt pocket.
See, my back left is occasionally my receipt pocket.
I always keep back right receipt pocket, back left poo bag wallet. Poo bag wallet?
Poo bag wallet?
Poo bag wallet.
Is that on Kickstarter?
It is, yeah. It's my poo bag pocket, and that's not because I like to poo in a bag when I'm out and about. That is because I'm always with the dog.
Yeah.
So what I'm basically getting at is, why do I need an extra pocket? Do people need more pockets?
I don't. I currently have one more pocket than I generally need.
I mean, my receipt pocket, I'll be honest, has not always got a receipt on it. Could be an empty wrapper.
Exactly.
But it basically gives me an empty pocket.
Yeah. Yeah, and that. It's an occasional receipt pocket. For the
it's an occasional pocket.
Yeah.
Special occasion pocket.
But it's basically generally unused.
Yeah. I think they're just adding the pocket for pocket's sake.
It's almost like it's a marketing ploy.
Not falling for it.
No, me either.
If you're not going to tell me how much it's either.
Boycott.
It's not. No, yeah. No. No one needs 6 pockets.
Nobody, I tell you.
There's no need for 6.
Nobody in the history of mankind.
5 is good enough for anybody. No 6 pocket. Although when it comes to a bag, more pockets the better.
Yeah.
Different.
Totally different.
What else have we got then, Neil?
Okay.
Mr. Noteman.
Well, the UK is always at the forefront of emerging technologies.
Oh, whoa. It is.
Yeah.
Raspberry Pi,
Exactly.
ARM, Dyson, Formula 1. Formula 1?
Formula 1?
Formula 1? What's going on there? We do have some cutting edge technology.
We do. And now we are getting Google Home and Google Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I'm bored by it already. I've got Google Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Do you know what I did? I was in America last year. This time last year.
Yep.
I bought it, put it in my suitcase, brought it home.
That's magical.
But that's before it was called Google Wi-Fi. Back then it was called Google On Hub.
Yes, I recall.
Yeah.
But we're getting it.
We are getting it. In fact, I can remember me and you being in New York and playing with it.
Yeah.
And that was last...
November.
When was that?
November.
Yeah, wasn't it? Oh, it was marathon, yeah. Last November we were playing with that.
Yeah.
And we still haven't got it.
No. Yeah, and we still haven't got it. It's coming.
I don't get why they just don't do more worldwide releases. I was frustrated with this. We spoke about this a few episodes ago where I was looking at the Spectre X laptop.
Yeah.
And they were still selling the old version in the UK. The new version was out in America. The newer version is now out in America.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh my God, we're just so many versions behind.
It's crazy,
but they don't make it clear on the UK website that you're actually buying the old one. So if you don't know your detailed tech specs, you're buying a computer that's quite old.
Yeah, because as far as the seller's concerned, this is the most up-to-date model you can get in this country.
Yeah.
Which, I get, but at the same time, well, they're not going to highlight the fact that it's behind. And then it'd be a bit annoying as well if they went, hey, this is the best one you can get. There's a better one available, but not in this country.
Well, the Surface Book with the dedicated graphics card. Yes. So the graphics card's in the keyboard, because the screen on the Surface Book detaches, turns into a tablet. Yeah. Really cool computer, actually.
Yeah.
I really like the concept. Just the fact that you can pull the screen off, it's a tablet, doesn't have to back on, full keyboard. So that is coming out in the UK, I think, in a couple of weeks, which is 5 months after the US release. It's 5 months. In the world of tech, 5 months is huge.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about this with Android operating systems, where you get an Android phone and you're like, oh, cool. There's a new operating system out and I might have it in the next 3 to 5
Android
months.
O. We haven't even mentioned Android O.
No, we haven't.
Why wasn't that on any of our notes to talk about?
I see, every day I see posts about Android O, which isn't out yet. Yeah. But they're talking about it because it's in beta.
Yeah.
And alongside it, I will see another article saying, oh, look, this phone's now getting Android N.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I saw that news and I was thinking, okay, Android O, great.
Yeah.
But how many phones this year are going to have Android O? 1.
Yeah.
Well, 3 if we're lucky, perhaps.
Yeah. It's going to be on the Pixel, obviously.
Well, Sony also always do, because this never gets really mentioned, but Sony are always pretty good.
Yeah.
Because they're on generally... Because when N was on... what was it on before the Pixel?
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I can't remember what it was, but you could also get it on the Sony.
Yeah. Was it HTC?
So Sony are usually pretty good at getting the latest operating system on their phone.
Yeah.
They really are, especially their... like flagship, but we're not going to see many maybe this year it could be the year, because lots of companies aren't saying we're going to push it out.
Yeah.
But that could be the interesting thing about Andy Rubin's phone.
Yeah.
Surely he's going to ensure that phone can always run bleeding edge versions.
You'd like to think so, wouldn't you?
You would absolutely like to think so.
Well, while we're back on Android, Android Wear was released 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And they've just announced the first 3 phones that will get an upgrade from Android Wear 1 to Android Wear 2. And that's in the coming month. So 2 months after it was released officially, the first 3 watches are going to get it. And mine isn't on the list.
You see, this is why Apple reigns supreme in this thing. Because I updated to 10.3 the other day, which during the installation process turns on 2-factor authentication.
Oh, right.
So everyone pretty much updates to the latest iOS if their phone supports it. So pretty much all Apple users now are probably going to be on 2-factor unless they chose to. Could you opt out? Come on, if you could opt out. So yeah, everyone's 2-factor now,
cool.
Which I think is an interesting move.
Yeah.
Securing everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, it's just really, really frustrating when especially when you do look into these things and you see that there is tech out there and it's sexy and you want it and you can't have it because we live in the wrong bloody country.
Unless you're jumping on a plane every now and again. And
obviously, there are disadvantages to living in America, but there are some blooming good ones as well.
Yeah, cheap tech.
Cheap tech.
Cheap junk food.
Yeah.
Although, getting onto food quickly, in Morrison's the other day,
right?
So I'm dieting at the minute. I keep on trying because I've got to get into like the 170s.
Yeah.
Just way too much at the minute. I say way too much, I'm like £5 away from that. So I was tolling down the aisle and Sean said, they've got an American food section.
Oh, right.
I'm like, all right, okay, what's that stuff got? And they had peanut butter Snickers.
Right.
Peanut butter M&Ms.
Nice.
Peanut butter cookie dough chocolate bites.
Ooh.
The pumpkin in a tin.
Oh, yeah.
And Twinkies.
Twinkies are horrible.
Do you not like Twinkies?
No.
Pretty much every piece of American junk food that you could want is in this tiny little ice. So we bought a tin of pumpkin to make pumpkin pancakes or pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Because remember when me and you had pumpkin pancakes?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. They were so good.
They were really good.
Yeah, so I think we're going to have pumpkin pancakes the weekend.
The one thing that bugs me about when you see a lot of stuff, I mean, everything you were mentioning there is stuff that is different. It's like a variant on something we can get in this country.
Yeah, those things are very hard to get hold of there.
Yeah. The one thing that bugs me is when it's like they've got an American food section and obviously it costs way more. So like a standard candy bar would be like £2.50 or something.
Yeah.
But all that it is, you're like, oh man, I've heard these mentioned in films. I'll buy one of them. It's just something that we've got in the UK with a different name.
Yeah. That's with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
They sold fluff as well.
Oh, yeah. Fluff's pretty readily available now.
Yeah, it was quite hard to get hold of for the past couple of years. Yeah.
I think you can get it on Amazon.
Well, the pumpkin was only £1.50.
Right.
Which isn't extortion. Then again, I don't know how much it is in America. Maybe in America it's 50 cents.
Yeah, it could be.
I've got no price comparison.
No frame of reference.
Technology.
It's like what we're talking about. So, I think that's it for the big news. We've got a couple of other little things to talk about.
I've got lots of really interesting tiny little bits of news, Neil.
Yeah?
Right, first one, can start off.
Go.
CDs.
Do you
remember them?
Vaguely like a distant memory.
When did I last buy a CD?
Oh, God.
Oh, wow. I've got to really think.
I've no idea. Absolutely no idea.
Oh, hang on. Right, DVDs, yeah.
Yeah.
CD, oh my God. It's got to be like 9-10 years?
Last year I went to a gig and was given a free CD of a live performance by the band that I went to see. But it was free for everybody got one.
Right.
I didn't buy it.
No, I haven't purchased one because, to be honest, majority technology in our house now doesn't even have a CD drive. I had to buy an external DVD drive to use them on any of my Macs. Samsung. But yeah, wow, CDs. Thing of the past. But anyway, CDs, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you know how a CD roughly works? The laser reflects back, it's 1 or 0.
Yeah, magic.
Yeah, okay, right. So obviously they're little pits within the disc. And there's an aluminium sheet, and it reflects back the laser on the aluminium sheet. And the reflection, you can figure out if it's a 1 or a 0.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's actually why, a scratch on the bottom of your disc isn't much of a problem, but a scratch on the top of the disc is. Right. Because if you get rid of the reflective aluminium, it can't reflect back the 1 or the 0. But that's not the interesting fact. If one of those pits was enlarged to the size of a grain of rice,
right,
the CD would be 1 mile across.
Whoa.
How big's that CD?
That's a big CD.
That would be an enormous CD player. And you often forget how small things are in this digital age.
Yeah. I mean, you look at a CD and it looks smooth. It doesn't look pitted. Yeah.
You're going to have to get the microscope angle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's some bits in that.
Yeah.
But then I also was reading, because this is interesting when you think about it. Right, okay. You've got a record player back in the day.
Yeah.
Were you aware that vinyl was originally mono?
I don't think I was.
So some of the first stereo records were like, because you can get certain Beatles albums mono.
Right, okay.
And then, it went to stereo.
Yeah.
Right. When they went to stereo, it's the same medium still, remember?
Yeah.
But if you played a stereo disc on a mono player, it would still come out mono.
Right.
So they figured out how to make that piece of vinyl backwards compatible for mono.
What?
Yeah, right. The way they did it is, I could be totally wrong, so no one quote me on this. Horizontal movement is basically the mono.
Yeah.
So that's how it worked on a mono. But then they added vertical movement as well, and that gives the left-right separation.
Oh, wow.
So if you put it on a mono player, it would just do the horizontal movement and ignore the vertical movement.
Yeah.
Put it on a stereo player, it'd work as stereo.
Bananas.
So they're backwards compatible. And I just think that's actually a really clever design. Nowadays, we don't think about that level of backwards compatibility.
No.
Because it's not like a Blu-ray plays on a DVD.
No.
I know the DVD plays on a Blu-ray, but that's the wrong way around. So yeah, that was one of my interesting facts. Before I give you my other interesting one, Neil, did you find any interesting pieces of news this week?
Yeah, just a little bit of silly fluff. Oh, off the back of last week's bit of silly fluff, the self-leveling pool table that I told you about.
Right.
I watched the video, and it's actually a video of it on a cruise ship in 2011.
What? That's how long they've been out?
Yeah.
How do we not know about this cutting-edge technology, Neil?
And it was two guys playing a game of pool, but you could see, because obviously the camera was on the floor and static, you could see the motion of the table. The only thing I thought was like, there's a guy kind of bridging off the edge of the table.
Yeah.
And I'm like, surely as the table...
But
he's exactly, yeah. So surely that'd interfere with your shot.
Every time I've been on a big ship like that, I've been drunk. Maybe they were drunk.
But it was like a luxury cruise ship, basically.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it looked really, really cool when I watched the video. But this week, again, with kind of barroom games.
You're sticking to a theme.
Let's see how long I can play that one out. Maybe 2 weeks. Was a dartboard where your level of skill does not matter. Because when you
Sounds like my kind of dartboard.
Yeah, tell me about it. When you throw the dart, the board moves to guarantee you a bullseye every time.
Do you know what? I saw this, and what amazed me the most about this, obviously there's a lot of technology involved in terms of flight of that dart, understanding where it's going to hit. Then I thought, well, that board not only needs to move vertically, but horizontally.
Yes.
That's actually quite challenging.
Yeah, definitely.
And to do it quick enough for the dart to always hit the bullseye.
Yeah.
Very, very impressive.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, dartboards are not light either. So just factoring in the fact that not only has it got to move it, but it's got to stop it.
Yeah.
Just, yeah, unbelievable. But it's a really, really, really cool video just of a guy intentionally being bad at darts, but still scoring a bullseye.
Are you sure he's not just that bad?
He might be. He might well be. Maybe that's why he created it, because he was sick of never scoring a bullseye.
Well, my other story, Neil, get ready. It's not really too technology related, but I just find it really interesting.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of low background steel?
No, I have not. Is this where you try and sell me something?
I too had never heard of low background steel.
Until this pyramid
Until now. You too can own a piece of low background steel. You just need to sell it to 10 other licensees. Like, low background steel. How can I explain this? Right, okay. So, if we were to buy a piece of steel now, it wouldn't be low background steel.
Oh, wait. Steel, not steel. I was thinking STAL.
No, STEE. So steel is in the material.
I need to update the notes.
Okay, so do you want to take a guess at what low background steel is now? You know that I'm not actually robbing you.
No.
Okay, right. So during the manufacturing of steel,
yes,
part of the process is to cool it with air.
Okay.
So basically, they pump air into it. Part of the process. Now, air has radiation in it, thanks to when we did nuclear testing.
Yay.
So there's background radiation.
Okay.
That's deteriorating over time, but if you are to create a piece of steel, let's say 20, 30 years ago, or even now, there's radiation in the steel.
Okay.
So if you're trying to create, some kind of delicate sensing technology,
yes,
that adds noise because it's detecting the radiation in the casing.
Right, yeah.
Right, so you have to find a piece of steel
with low background radiation.
Right, that was made before we started doing outdoor nuclear testing.
Oh my God.
That hasn't been exposed to the air.
Gold dust, then.
So where do you find it?
Underground?
Close. In the ocean. World War II ships that have been sunk, never been exposed to the air with the radiation. But of course, if you bring it up, it's exposed. So you cut it underwater.
Say what?
Yeah. And then you bring it above water, sealed, and take it and build it. And that's how they do it. I was like, what?
Labour intensive.
Yeah, so now they're coming up with ways to basically create steel without having to do that.
Okay.
And as time goes on, the radiation in the air decreases, so it's not going to be a problem,
yeah,
in the future. But I was just amazed that was how you'd find some steel that wasn't subjected to this background radiation.
I'm just imagining the job advert.
Or just an advert in the paper. Have you got any steel that's not been exposed to air for the past 80 years?
Do you like diving and welding? Yeah, that's...
Shimming off some barnacles. Yeah. And it's got to be pretty rare still, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
I suppose there's quite a few ships at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. You often have no idea the lengths that companies have to go to source a specific material. And that, to me, I was just like, what? I can't believe this is what goes on.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Because I was thinking, like, so what do you have to, like, before you were saying about that, so do you have to kind of, like, in the device account for the background noise, but then if that's going to degrade over time...
Well, not with that, because if you're accounting for the background noise and you're trying to pick up a low radiation signal, if it's below the noise that you're accounting for, you can't detect the signal.
Yeah.
So you have to have a casing that has no radiation.
Bananas.
Yeah.
Huh. Cool.
There you go. Not amazingly tech-related, but I just thought it was so cool.
Yeah.
Because until
definitely.
I read that it was World War II ships, I was thinking, wow, where could you find an steel? It's not been exposed.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that'll do us for this week. So, again, you can find us in all the usual places. Look on your podcast app of choice and just search for Tech Enthusicast and we should pop up. And you can subscribe and listen. Also got the website techenthusiast.com, which will have links to all of our other accounts and etc. And we will be back next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So yeah, breakfast.
I had a blueberry shake.
I know.
That wasn't sweet. By any chance, did you have 2 slices of bread and 2 fried eggs?
It's like you're reading my mind, man.
I'm psychic.
Well, maybe this is the second mic test. Nobody knows.
Don't ruin this. Oh.
The illusion is burst.